All right, we're back again for team WOD number 3, the Trojan horse. At go, athletes will have 6 minutes to complete the following. They'll start off with 50 Russian kettlebell swings. They'll go to 25 box jump overs, followed by max rope climbs. For the RX males and females, RX male will be a 44 kilo kettlebell on the Russian swings. Females will be a 28 kilo kettlebell. For the males, it'll be a 24-inch box. For the females, it'll be a 20-inch box. And then it is an 18-foot rope climb for both. The guys will have the standard where they'll have to start sitting on the ground. The ladies can start from a jumping position. We'll talk about that in a second. I'll go to scaled and I'll come back to our the co-ed. So scaled, it'll be a 28 kilo kettlebell, a 24-inch box, and a 15-foot rope climb or 6 rope raises. We'll talk about those in a second. For the females, it'll be 14 kilo kettlebell, 20-inch box, 15-foot rope climb, or 6 rope raises. Okay. For the RX co-ed, they can break up the kettlebell swings however you like. You will have 2 kettlebells. So you can break it up however you want between the athletes. The only thing is whenever you change working athletes, you have to touch hands to let the judge know that you're changing your working athlete. And then on the RX co-ed, both athletes will have to use it should be a 24-inch box. Yeah, it should be a 24-inch box. This was written down correctly. Both athletes will have to use a 24-inch box for the RX co-ed. On the co-ed scaled, both athletes will use a 20-inch box. So on the RX co-ed, it'll be the men's standard. For the co-ed scaled, it'll be the female standard. Okay. So let's talk about Russian kettlebell swings. We're back to our help over here, our head judge, Bruce. Justin's going to demonstrate the Russian kettlebell swing. What we're looking for is just the kettlebell passes above the plane of his head. He's at full extension at the top there. And as he comes down, just keep going. Doing great. As he comes down, the kettlebell has to pass his plane here. I don't know if anybody can stop out here. You're doing great, Justin. It's like 50 or 20 more will be good. Okay? Couple of things that we're looking for when he comes up to full extension with the kettlebell. Okay, we want to make sure that it's extended at the knees and the hips. Don't just put the kettlebell down. You don't have to do this one. So as he comes up, what we don't want is his knees to be bent and his hips here as he brings the kettlebell up. So we don't want to see this movement. We want him standing all the way up straight. We're looking for this line. Shoulder, hip, and knee fully extended at position, kettlebell above his head. If it flips up, that's fine as long as a piece of the bottom of the kettlebell is above his head on the swing. Same thing with the individual workout. You cannot drop the kettlebell unless it's below your knee. If you drop a 44 kilo kettlebell from this position, it lands on the handle, it will break. So we need to bring it down below the knee. If you drop it from that point, you will get a 5 burpee penalty. Okay? Questions about that part? All right, over to the box jump overs, and I'll let Bruce take this over.
Just regular box jump overs?
Just regular box jump overs.
All right, so what I'm looking for here, 2 things. One, both feet are hitting the box, and both feet are hitting the ground. Go ahead. Good. You do not have to face the box. You can do side box jumps. Last, you could do complete box jump overs, but both feet, maybe I should have it warmed up a little bit. Both feet have to be inside the box. You can get a running start, but I'm just looking for both feet to stay inside the box.
And you do not have to go to extension at the top of the box.
No extension at the top of the box.
And you can break this up between athletes. The one thing is the first athlete has to be on the ground before the second athlete can start. So I can't be on the top and jumping off, okay, and then having the other person jumping before I hit the ground. So we're looking for them to hit the ground first and then come back over. Okay? All right, rope climbs. For the RX, they're going to start sitting on the ground. Now they have to pull themselves up to a position off the ground before they wrap their legs around, and then from there they can wrap their legs as much as they like. We'll have marks on the ropes in which they have to touch. Your judge will tell you what mark you have to touch depending on your division. When you're coming down, you must make sure that you're holding onto the rope until your feet touches the ground. Okay, if you're coming down and you let go and drop, somebody want to jump up and drop for me? Not very high. Boom. Coming down and you drop, boom. Well, he let that one go. That was good. Good. If he does that, he will get a 5 burpee penalty for doing that. It's more of a safety reason than anything else. We don't want people dropping from the top, coming down, twisting an ankle, hurting a knee, or anything like that. So you must have one hand on the rope when your feet hit the ground. For the RX women and for anybody else, they can jump up to the rope. So any of the scale divisions, you can jump and grab. Or with the scale divisions, you can also do the rope raises, and we'll talk about that. So scaled, you have the option of doing rope climbs or rope raises. We'll
do some rope raises here.
So rope raises, your feet will be in the box underneath the rope, so right there underneath the rope.
Come up anyway, you just have to keep your knees locked.
So as he comes up, what we're looking for is knees locked. He can bend at the hips, but not at the knees. He can sit down however he likes, so he can lower himself down, but he has to keep his legs straight and feet in the box. So slide your feet back a little bit. Slide this way. Good.
Now, you bend at the hips. There you go. Going back also to the RX males, make sure the feet come off the ground before the butt does. If I'm a judge and I have questions, I'm going to call you back and make you restart. Make it easy on yourself. Raise your feet before your butt.
As far as going down on the rope raises, you can do that however you like, but you must start laying flat on the ground, shoulders on the ground, feet in the box, and then as you come up, you can bend at the hips, but not at the knees.
And you have to keep your hands on the rope?
Come all the way up straight.
Keep your hands on the rope coming down?
They don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, because they can just lay down and grab the rope, that's fine. Okay. 6 rope raises equates to 1 rope climb. The question earlier on the earlier workout was, can you do one of one of the other? 6 rope raises equates to 1 rope climb. You're not half credit on these. Okay, so if you get 6, you get 1 rope climb. If you get 3, you get nothing. It is 6 rope raises equals 1 rope climb. Okay? Questions about that workout? Yes?
Can you step on the box, or do they have to be jumps?
So the scaled division can step on the box. That's a good question. Now, if you step, both feet must touch the top of the box. So you can't put one foot on and go over with the other foot. So our tall scaled athletes can't do the little step over with that. So scaled athletes can step, RX athletes must jump. Good question. Anything else? And everybody's getting tired. All right. Well, that is team WOD number 3, the Trojan horse.